Vamos lá, Call of Cthulhu, gráfico. Tá bom. Aqui. Vambora. Nunca joguei. Fiquei com vontade de jogar um terrorzinho, então vambora. Capítulo 1. Agência de Investigação Pierce, Boston. 1924. Edward Pierce, veterano da Primeira Guerra Mundial, afoga os trapos com álcool e remédios para dormir. Agora ele é detetive particular e não consegue encontrar um caso interessante para sair do marasmo. Pierce precisa de um caso novo o quanto antes, senão vai perder a licença. A loucura seria uma misericórdia. Que os deuses se apiedem do homem que, na sua insensibilidade, permanece são até o horrendo fim. H.P. Lovecraft. Ok. Ok. Tem dois caminhos. Preciso pegar alguma coisa, talvez. Combater a escuridão. Você precisa acender os específicos para interagir com eles. Ademar.
Hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Eu sei que tem bastante animação, gostei. Ok. O que seria isso aqui? Achei que dava pra pegar, não dá não.
What a putrid offering.
Oferta putrida.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Eu não vou correr, então puta que eu vou correr. Tá bom, eu vou sim. Não tem cara de mim não, né, caralho? Na moral, velho.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
Beleza. Consultar diário. O caso. A gente, o médico pode muito bem ficar repetindo que não preciso mais do meu remédio para manter as memórias afastadas. Só que eu sei que assim que parar, as memórias retornarão. Uma manhã qualquer, eu provavelmente não acordarei. Apesar do tratamento, escuto vozes nos meus sonhos. Só que elas são diferentes, desconhecidas. Parece emergir de profundezas incognoscíveis e ancestrais. Que criatura esse nome que me convoca? Habilidade, sanidade, medicina, ocultismo, psicologia, visão, sanidade. Ai, caceta, velho. Informações, lugares, pistas, inventário. Eu tenho o isqueiro, último batalhão, 10, 7, 18.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Já vou atender, relaxa.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Distribua os pontos de personagem. Com cada ponto de personagem você pode melhorar a pontuação de uma habilidade. Ai, caceta. Tá. A visão representa a sua capacidade de encontrar objetos escondidos. Melhorar essa habilidade aumenta suas chances de encontrar objetos escondidos. Os objetos que não foram descobertos não aparecem no jogo. Aumenta suas chances de entender as motivações de uma pessoa com base no comportamento dela ou na análise de objetos. Aumenta suas chances de convencer ou manipular alguém em uma conversa. Aumenta suas chances de conseguir arrombar portas ou mecanismos, ou de ser violento, de forma física ou verbal, durante uma discussão interativa. Aumenta suas chances de descobrir a dosagem de um remédio, fazer um diagnóstico e expressar suas ideias sobre um problema médico. Aumenta suas chances de descobrir a utilidade e a origem de artefatos ocultos e também de expressar seus conhecimentos sobre o mito. Eu tenho 8 pontos. Acho que Visa é bom, porque tem texto que parece ser bom. A metavisão seria bom. Entender acontecimentos do passado analisando uma cena de crime ou objeto e também de conseguir abrir fechaduras. Deu 2 pontos. Psicologia acho que é bom, cara. Gostei. Confirmo.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Uma estranha imagem pintada por Sarah Hawkins logo antes da sua morte trágica, foi enviada ao pai dela pouco depois de sua morte. Ele está convencido de que foi a filha a remetente. Ele me trouxe a pintura para que eu pudesse examinar. Stephen Webster, o rico empresário, veio ao meu escritório. Ele quer que eu reabra o caso Sarah Hawkins, batizado com o nome da filha dele, que morreu no incêndio com toda a família dela. Tem que examinar os documentos que ele compilou para me inteirar sobre o caso. Beleza. Deixa eu ver se tem mais coisa pra fazer aqui. Aqui eu já tinha visto. Quer pôr música aqui, mas não posso mais. Posso beber? Não posso beber. Ah, o cara tá aqui ainda, velho. Tá, vamos ver.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Tá. Vamos lá. Oculto. Uma artista intuitiva e visionária para alguns, uma impostora gananciosa para outros. Sarah Hawkins não deixa ninguém indiferente. Essa pintora misteriosa e reservada oferece ao mundo imagens estranhas, com cores violentas e pinceladas selvagens. Se as pinturas dela forem um testemunho da visão que ela tem no mundo, então o mundo de Sarah Hawkins é um portal aberto para outras dimensões. É saída do caderno de Edward Pierce, Detetive Particular. Tá, esse quadro mostra uma silhueta de monstro ameaçando uma mulher e uma criança. Dá para notar as chamas no fundo. Stephen Webster, pai de Sarah Hawkins, acha que ele tem alguma relação com a morte da filha. Inventário está escrito. Só pro lado que eu posso tirar. Amei, tem mais coisa aqui que eu não tinha visto. Conhecimento. O dono do mar que me contratou não gostou da maneira como eu encerrei o caso, mas os fora da lei não podem fazer muita coisa contra um detetive particular que tem prova contra eles. Tá. Analisei agora. Ah, né? Então.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Uma etiqueta de envio. Algumas partes estão ilegíveis, mas dá para entender uma parte do endereço Galpão 36 Darkwater. O relatório policial diz que o incêndio começou na sala de jantar e tirou as vidas de toda a família. A polícia concluiu que foi um acidente doméstico. No entanto, insiste na instabilidade psicológica de Sarah Hawkins. Por quê? Um recorte de jornal, um artigo sobre o casamento de Sarah e Charles Hawkins, um empresário da ilha de Darkwater. Eles levam uma vida reclusa com um único filho, Simon.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Ok.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Stephen Webster, Charles Hawkins, essa é a Sarah Simon, 33 anos, ele 41, caralho, muito, hein? Que isso? Tá, temos... Tá, vamos investigar.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
O marido nunca entendeu que tinha sido abandonado pela esposa. Ele continuou me ligando durante semanas depois que a investigação foi concluída.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
A ilha de Darkwater começou a ser povoada no século XIV. Ainda está repleta de memórias de suas tribos perdidas. Mas não se engane com o romantismo das evidências de crenças ingênuas e primitivas. Os deuses dessas tribos eram muito violentos. As paredes das cavernas, há muito abandonadas, ainda estão decoradas com uma criatura gigante. Era um deus do mar ou dos sonhos, ninguém sabe, mas os habitantes de hoje, filhos e filhas de filhos e filhas de caçador de baleias, ainda se lembram da misteriosa história dessa pequena ilha na costa de Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Um tomo denso, criado para residentes e jovens médicos. Este primeiro volume lista todas as doenças conhecidas no mundo civilizado. Ele detalha os sintomas e o tratamento adequado. Beleza.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. I wonder why I still take these things.
Os médicos me receitaram esse remédio quando voltei da guerra. Eles juraram que ele acabaria com os meus pesadelos, mas faz um tempo que não se vai fazer efeito. Ô bosta, viu o que eu tomei, velho? Ô cara, que eu tomei essa porra, velho. Porra, mano, foi porra, brincadeira, velho. Não. Não vou. Porra, foi tomar bagulho, velho. É brincadeira, velho. Pô, achar que não ia dar em nada, velho. Que bosta, velho. Porra, mano, vai influenciar no seu destino, é brincadeira, velho. Tomei no cu.
We're almost there.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Beleza, vamos ver. Tem um pontinho, vamos colocar no teologia. Lugares. Capítulo 2. Oh caramba, velho. Confirmar. Pronto. Fale com Bradley.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy! They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Get it.
We're already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out?
There's nothing for you here either.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
Tá bom, vou dar a volta.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Por que esse troço tá verde, mano? Essa lampadinha tá verde, velho.
Hey, be careful.
Que tipo de charuto é esse, velho?
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Ah, não vou ler isso não, velho. É muito grande, mano. Na moral, velho.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Vamos matar Tranquede. Mano tá ali. O que é isso aqui?
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Cara, $60, velho. Que isso, velho?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
O segundo volume ensina ética e boas práticas da equipe médica. Essas velas de jogo são verdes, mano.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Nesta fotografia que parece o cara parece o Vin Diesel, homem parecido com o Capitão Fitzroy, posa na ponte de comando comando do navio. Ele tem uma pedra de pau.
What a macabre souvenir.
Essa aqui é a pedra do cara.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Capitão, os termos do nosso acordo são claros. Mantenha seus homens sob controle. Você não pode se dar ao luxo de nos provocar. Não é necessário responder. Apenas dê o dinheiro ao mensageiro, Cat.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Apenas algumas datas ainda não legíveis. 1890, 1907 e uma data parcial. O resto do documento está encoberto. Quem está interessado na ocultação dessas informações?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I don't have time to play guessing games. I'm investigating the death of a whole family.
You're right. It belonged to Charles Hawkins. Ship owners from father to son.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
O pescado milagroso. Assim os nativos chamam a última captura de seus baleeiros. Em 1847, enquanto as baleias desapareciam da zona de pesca do povo de Darkwater, a tripulação do Scylla pescou uma criatura gigantesca e monstruosa que salvou a ilha da fome. Eles ainda celebram o evento. E o artigo da época ainda decora o bar. É só como uma memória permanece tão viva, como se fosse mantida pelos sobreviventes. Trecho do caderno de Edward Pierce, detetive particular. Ok.
You again.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Eu tinha falado isso com ele já.
That'll be all for now.
Agora o povo tá falando com ela aqui.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
Será que ela é a Cat? A Cato ainda. Será que ela que é a Cat?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
Até agora, bicho. Tá, tem o...
Oh,
Vou pra
yeah.
ali.
He's gonna get us into trouble.
Mas vou pra cá por enquanto. Quero eu andar um pouquinho.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her?
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Tá, tem ali pra entrar. Deixa eu ver se eu tenho mais algum diálogo desbloqueado com o capitão.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type. You're back again. What can I do for you?
Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that...
Mano, tem coisa que eu quero ali, velho. Eu quero olhar, mano. A habilidade de detectar itens permite que você descubra itens escondidos num curto alcance.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Essa peça possibilita levantar e segurar cargas pesadas.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order.
Como é que eu ativei esse negócio, mano? Como é que eu liguei o isqueiro? Eu não sei, velho.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Certo. Puta merda, veio de canto, velho. Tá. Tá, calma aí.
This tunnel goes under the warehouses.
Não tem mais nada pra cá, velho. Ah, parece que já foi concluído. Que negócio vai pra ali, vai pra cá. Tá, calma aí. Montar a alavanca, engrenagem, retenção.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Como quebrou essa bosta, velho? Oxe, pagou por quê, louco?
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Também deu rabão.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
I shall be on my way.
So come.
Achei que tem alguma coisa da cash aqui. Não, calma aí, eu não vou levar essa porra pra casa não, tomar no cu dela, velho. Território dela, o botão, velho. Pau no cu dela, velho. Tomar no cu, velho. Achando que é festa aqui, velho. Não consigo pular pra ali, não. Tem uma portinhola ali, velho. Isso que é foda, velho. Não consigo, não, eu acho. Chefe de gangue. Chefe de uma gangue de contrabandistas que parece usar Dark Water como esconderijo. Cat sempre fica de olho no seu território, a área dos galpões abandonados nas docas. Tem a impressão de que todos os homens em Dark Water têm medo dela. Até mesmo o Mitchell, dono do baleia encalhada, hesita em falar sobre ela. Ela usa Darkwater como ponto de partida para suas cargas e o whisky, e pouco a pouco invade o território do Capitão Fitzroy. Ah, corna vagabunda, velho. Ela tá aqui no bar, mano? Ela tá aqui? Ela tá.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Puta, e se o favor de troca for fazer alguma merda pro capitão, velho? Caralho, não vou aceitar, velho.
I don't think I'm ready to pay the price.
As you wish. But I think you'll be back.
Não, eu não confio nela, velho. Vai que ela pede pra ele fazer alguma merda com o capitão, velho. Não vale a pena, velho. Sei lá, roube o capitão e depois mate o capitão.
These wounds, I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Damnation. I broke it.
Merda. Não deu muito certo. Posso pegar isso aqui não? Vou poder pegar esse bagulho aqui e colocar lá, velho. Não tá, mano.
tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with...
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
You could tell me.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site, and we let no one enter her property.
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile of the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you, gentlemen, farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way. You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Dark Water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you, what are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
I'll be back.
Take your time. We're going nowhere.
Tá, precisa de uma bebida. Vamos lá então.
Something coming. Something real bad.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again.
Manda bebida pra
You
nós,
again.
velho.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Let's say I don't want to sell you one.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Cara, você vai tomar no seu cu.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then...
You don't...
Okay.
She was... I've got what I...
Anything...
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. They saved Darkwater from famine.
That'll be all for now.
Que dificuldade, velho. Olha a briguinha, velho. Filha da puta, velho.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
I shall be on.
So
You again.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle.
Let's say I...
Oh, come.
Drinking it here. Anything else?
You seem to know...
Well, we are then.
I've got...
Any...
That'll be all. The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
You have no right to treat us like this.
Cacete, velho. É pra bifurei teu ponto, deixa eu ver. Não tem nada.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
There's something coming. Something...
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand.
You didn't tell me.
Because... And now...
You can't understand. Don't. You can't understand.
No
Don't put that
beast
back
back
in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Aquele lugar ali tá fudido, né? Não consigo entrar, velho.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Damn stupid idiots. Get in.
Tá, eu
So,
quero...
have you got what we asked you for?
Ainda não, bicho.
I'll be back.
Take your time.
Ainda não, bicho. Tá foda. Se eu falar aqueles que eu não tenho comigo, o que acontece?
So,
Liquor?
exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
Porra nenhuma. Eu não quero também aceitar o contrato daquela mulher, mano.
Stupid idiots.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
Huh. You didn't back, so understand. Tell me, what...
I'm fascinated by the history of the whaling station.
Huh. You certainly don't lack style. But enough of the jokes. You reek of private eye. Who did you come for?
The Hawkins family.
Now why doesn't that surprise me? A little advice, though. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I won't bother you any longer.
I raise my glass to this excellent suggestion.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
You again.
Captain Fitzroy told me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, come on.
Drinking it here. Anything else?
Ah, faz nem sentido, mano,
That'll
esse
be all.
negócio. Fala, ah, só vou te entregar bebida pra quem merece. Então, o cara vai falir, velho.
You like our song?
That's... I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell.
Good night.
So...
Eu não quero ter que citar o contrário da mulher, mano.
You're back again.
Tá boa a última vez que os caras
What
aqui.
can I do for you?
I found a threatening
What?
Are you being with it?
I would cheat.
Can you not do it?
Don't you want?
I shall be...
So...